Hi, guys, and welcome back. We have so many updates with the garden, so we're going to jump right into it. First, right here are the red beans. If you do not remember how we initially started the red beans, go back and watch the previous videos. These red beans were actually dry, and I saved a couple from the pack that I was actually going to prepare red beans and rice, and we germinated them. So if you didn't see how we was able to do that process, definitely go back and watch the previous videos regarding the red beans. Now, the red beans have been planted about 22 days now. So they are doing phenomenal. And of course, you still see we do have some of the zinnias that voluntarily came back after we cleaned out the garden. To get this orange flagging tape, I had it on hand and it's going to serve the job just fine. With any type of beans, they will need some type of support because they have little vines and they like to wrap around to give themselves some stability as they're growing. So what I'm doing here, I just had these little stakes that I've been using throughout every gardening season, and they are super helpful. I use them for things like this. I've also used these poles for creating a sun tarp in the summertime as well. So what I'm doing is taking the orange flagging tape and of course being gentle with the leaves and the stems because they are still very young. So gently placing the flagging tape around the beans, and I'm going to just tie it off on each end to make sure they are stable. Right here, I was tightening up my last pole and it snapped. Definitely, even though you're gardening, you still want to make sure you guys are safe and you're doing the correct procedures when you're gardening. Even though that was an accident, it still could have poked me, but luckily it didn't. And I always have a couple spare poles and extra parts laying around. So I just grabbed me another one and I remembered not to put so much force on it this time and to actually step on it so it can help drive it deep into the ground. So I did just grab another piece of the flagging tape, just made a little knot, and just proceeded with finishing up this last pole here, and that would complete the red beans. to jump right into the big garden. If you remember, we have so many different veggies planted. Right here, we have the Brussels sprouts. First time planting them, but we love to eat them. Does look like a couple of the leaves got broken off. Maybe a cat or something came through and stepped on them, but they're doing fantastic. Now, right here, we have some lettuce, and I think that's the spinach. And I have the buttercup lettuce, and I also have the Caesar's lettuce planted as well, and everything looks so good. And actually, the garden was planted around 12 to 13 days ago, so everything is looking fantastic. And it usually take about at least 1 to 2 weeks to everything to get solidified. Now, of course, everything is looking good. And if you do see like some little brown leaves on the bottom, I do just take them off because as the plant is still growing, it's still pumping nutrients to that half dead leaf. So I just go ahead and peel it off and move on. Now, this is the broccoli. It's looking fantastic. Can't wait to get some broccoli crowns off of those. Now, remember, I did plant 50 onions inside of the garden as well. Now here we have the purple kale looking nice. I have purple and the green kale in the garden this year. And also guys, I do water at least once a day. I try to, and I will do a full video on watering because I might say, hey, water a little bit, but a little bit means different to different people. Now right here is the Swiss chard. And if you remember from the previous video, I did cut a lot of the leaves off because this Swiss chard was actually on a discount rack. It was, the bugs had gotten to it, but it still had some really good roots, so I planted it anyway. Now, the purple cabbage is starting to head a little bit, super excited. And remember, guys, with the winter garden starting out, you might have a couple little bug bites, but they will go away. The only thing I really worry about in the winter time are the slugs, but I do have some remedy for those also. Now, we do have, that's a cabbage. It's looking pretty bad, but I'm going to let it stay. It has a little hope with that green leaf. So we're just going to let it stay. Now we have, these are the Georgia collard greens. Now they have been doing fantastic as well. I think I have 6 to 8 of those, so I can't wait to track the progress. And they will get some really nice broad leaves on them. Now here is also another set of the broccoli. So I have 2 sets of broccoli and I have 2 sets of Brussels sprouts. Now here I'm just checking the ground to make sure that the onions are well watered. Now here go are the beets, and I am going to take these out and separate them to ensure that we get a lot of beets. Now also right here you can see there are more onions. I think it was about 50 or so in the pack. And this is the other Brussels sprouts. They're looking fantastic. And the Brussels sprouts, they're so cute. The leaves look like little cups and they kind of feel fuzzy on the backside of them. So I just like to touch them. And here you see again, any kind of dead leaves on the bottom, just go ahead and snap them. Now, if you guys have been following along, we have to do an update on the potato tracker. Now, these are the carrots. They're looking good. I don't think I'm going to separate these. I'm just going to let them grow. All the buckets are 15-gallon buckets, so they should have enough space. And these are I think these are more beets or radish. So I didn't put a tag in them. So, hey, we'll wait and see what we actually have. But I am going to split those up. Now, this sweet potato, it's been about 3 weeks in the ground. I'm getting a little impatient and it doesn't appear to be really growing. So what I'm going to do is take it out, and it looks a little yucky, and toss it to the side. And I'm going to stir the soil up, and I'm going to add more nutrients to this soil also. But what I'm going to do is, I had such great success with regular baking potatoes. I had a couple in the pantry that did have some eyes on them. So I took them out and I'm going to go ahead and plant them. Now I do have a full video showing how to plant potatoes also. So right here you just see if it has eyes. I like to cut them. I have 2 potatoes and this one has eyes on it as well. So take my little shovel, it's nice and sharp, cut them in half, and what I'm going to do, take them and just place them right inside the dirt. Now, some people cover them up, but me personally, I like to just give it a little bit of space in between the potatoes. And I don't fully like to cover them up all the way, just give them a little space because they do have the eyes on them. And what the eyes are going to do is start to reach for sunlight and for moisture, and it's going to help them grow. Now, this is what it should look like in about 2 or 3 weeks. They will start to get green leaves on them. And regular baking potatoes are so easy to grow. Literally, you put them in the ground, wait for them to bloom. And here's another bucket as well. They're doing fantastic. And you wait for them to bloom little, I think they're purple little flowers, and then you wait for the tops to die. So if you don't have a green thumb, plant some potatoes, wait for them to die, and then you can harvest. And you go check out my other videos for the sweet potatoes. Now this sweet potato here, I thought it was mushy, but it does appear to have some little slips growing on it. So I'm gonna keep it going about another 2 weeks, and if I don't see any progress, I will just dig it up and plant more regular baking potatoes. You can never have enough of those. Now here, guys, I've never planted rutabaga before. My family loves them, so I decided to go ahead this year and try my hand at them. If you see any little old leaves, just crap them off and toss them to the side. Now, the leaves are very big and beautiful. I'm going to look up and see if you can actually eat the top of the rutabaga leaves, but I'm quite sure you can. So stay tuned for that one. And I think this bucket is either radish or beets. And here you go, guys. This is the overall result so far from the garden. And again, it's been planted about 12 days. So stay tuned for more upcoming videos of the garden. Bye.